there's just so much that holds us back from being with God. For me, like I actually only recently, I've just been really struggling to have that discipline in my life to be like, hey God, like I want to spend time with you, but I can't. I'm getting distracted. I'm being pushed in different directions. And I think like you mentioned it in like your podcast, one of the episodes anyway. I can't remember, but I was listening to it and you were just saying that like you felt like God was your taskmaster or something, your boss.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's the pull I think sometimes that we can get when we're doing too much. We feel like God is like directing, making us do stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the revelation that we need to have is that He is a father. He is the perfect father that loves us. And I always think about the prodigal son, right? That no matter where we're at, when we're running, when we're coming back to God, He is running towards us. And that, you know, we know that in our head, but do you understand that in your heart? We need to have that revelation. And so I think that really does start with building relationship with God. And as hard as it is, we need to just have that discipline to come back again and again and again. And so for me, I've been struggling with this recently. And so I've put in place like every morning I'm going to, this sounds so stupid, but every morning I'm going to romanticize my date with God. Yeah. Like I sit at the table with my coffee and I open up my paper Bible, my paper journal, and I'm like going back to that place. And I don't care how long or how short it takes. I'm just going to spend time with God. And the fruit that comes from that is so sweet. Like I just like it, you know? There's no pressure. There's no, I need to do this because of this. It's just like I'm actually, you know, you kind of have to change your mindset, I guess. I'm actually just having a date with my Father. I'm having quality one-on-one time with God that no one else gets to interrupt. No one else gets to be a part of. And I guess it takes a while to get to that place because it's a discipline. Yeah. But I get that's the hard work, I guess. You have to do it, you know? Yeah. Otherwise, it really, like, how are we different from anybody else in the world? We're just going through life like everyone else, living by our own strength and by our own effort. And I don't think we can really do that. Yeah.
That's good. I guess like, I think because as you mentioned, in my previous podcast when I talked about my burnout, like that was, I think, a challenging thing for me. Like, how do you shift that? I think it's like, and this is maybe something that people can, if you're in ministry or even in, I'd say even Bible college as well, because when I studied Bible college, I had, it almost like reading the word almost became like study. And so it's like, how do you then go back and redeem that time as like, no, this is like time with my Father. And so that's a journey that I'm on still. Yeah. And like, so I guess for me, like what it looks like, similar to you, but I guess, I think maybe I recognize that at the end of the day for me, I have to just start. Yeah. Because I think something that I heard recently was that people always want the ideal. Yeah. And which is good. Like you should want the ideal. Like this is where you want to be, aim for that. But I think, and I'm very prone to this, I want to get there straight away. And when I'm not there, I feel like I failed or I didn't accomplish what I want to accomplish.
Is it a perfectionist thing?
100%. Yeah. And so I think I mentioned as well, I have very perfectionistic tendencies or like fear of failure kind of thing. It's like, to me, it's like, I want to know, like very metric oriented, I guess. It's like, did I achieve what I achieved today? Yeah. And I think it's like, because the standard is like, you have to experience this. Yeah. When you're only doing this, you feel like, oh, I didn't get there. But then I think it's really just like taking those small steps, and that is success in a way. Yeah. Because you're not going to get there straight away.
I think that's the difference between us, and I've known this. Like you have like a rubric in your head almost, where I genuinely don't. Yeah. I I mean, I don't know. It's weird because I do have those tendencies to be like, hey, I'm not good enough, or I feel like I need to uphold some sort of standard for myself.
Yeah.
I have very high expectations of myself. I don't know. I think it's just like how I grew up, like older sibling, older sister mentality. I feel like I have to uphold something for everyone. But with God, I don't know why I used to feel that way, but maybe I just had that revelation where it's just like, oh my gosh, like I'm completely undone by God. And I feel like when it comes to Christianity, excuse me, when it comes to Christianity, perfection doesn't exist, but only in Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I think, I don't know, we really have to grasp that, especially as people in ministry. Like, at the end of the day, yes, it is a job. Yes, there are boundaries that we need to put in place. You know, that all the HR, whatever, that kind of stuff, right? I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I really do get it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, this is your life. Like, this is life. This is church life. Even if we weren't getting paid for it, if we weren't getting paid for ministry, like, this is your life. This is what I'm committed to, even if I'm not getting paid to do it. And I think that in itself needs to come into place where, hey, like, I'm so broken. Like, I'm part of this church. I'm a child of God that needs saving. And I think that's when, like, maybe we have to get to a place where we're so broken and undone by God that we understand the saving grace of God and the beauty of his love for us that saves us, you know? So actually, in a way, like when we, you know, you talk about burnout so much on your podcast and also in our conversations, like burnout maybe is a blessing because it's almost like for anybody experiencing burnout, sometimes we need to get to a place where God undoes us for him to reveal more of himself to us. However, we also need to kind of put ourselves in positions to receive that. And I think perfectionism, it blocks that, you know, and it's so hard, like it's so scary, you know, because perfectionism, you're trying to achieve something by yourself, but you can't.
That's right.
And that's like a cycle. It's so tiring.
Yes. Yeah. I guess it's like, I mean, we kind of went a bit of a tangent, but I think, the thing that allows you to last long in ministry or anything is just your relationship with God. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
You need to like health check that all the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.